Hello everyone, welcome back. As part of our previous video, we have created the custom entity and we have implemented the class also. Now we will be writing the logic for this class method and we will see how the data will display in the output. Let us start writing the code. So for that I am declaring one inline declaration. I am using the inline declaration data LO underscore pace. In our last video, we have seen that there is an importing parameter which is this IO request. So I am using this one and I am using the method which is get pacing. So I'm getting the reference of that get paging here. I will be discussing like why we need all these things when we are using these references and the variables. LV underscore skip, and here also we will be using the same importing parameter get pacing, and in get pacing again we will be having one more thing, get offset. I need this one. Now we need one more variable also. So the same way here also we have to get the get pacing, and inside the get pacing we have to get the page size, this one. These are very simple things, you will be just getting it now once you write. We have to use the importing parameter, we have to use this get paging, and for the seconds we have only two methods inside this get paging. One we are getting into one variable and another into different variable. Now we will be using them later. I will show you and why we need these things. So before that, if someone passes the selection criteria in the app, we have to get them. So for that purpose, I am using loopet IO underscore request because this one will only contain the input parameters. And here if you observe, we have the get filter, and inside this get filter we will be having get as ranges. So I'm getting the selection criteria as ranges. So if you want that as a parameter, you can store in your variable or else you can store it in the internal table. So I wanted to assign one field symbol to get the looped data, LFS underscore REQ. Something I am giving it here, and end loop. So here we are getting one warning that we are not capturing the exception. So maybe we can do that later. So I am using the case statement inside case LFS underscore request, and we have name. So this name is the field name. So if we are entering three values in the selection criteria, then three fields will be there. So the loop will be running three times, and each time one field value will be coming. So we have to check by name. when so we have to get the name of the fields. So this is our custom entity. So here it is mentioned as COM. Let us make this company code and fiscal year maybe as the selection criteria. So we have to use the same name here. COMP underscore code, or else we can just declare a constant and we can use the constant here instead of directly hard coding. That will be the better idea, but I am just using it directly since it is something we are mainly focusing on learning the custom entity. And let us make this custom this company code as a parameter, not as a select option. I will make this one as a parameter. So I have to get the data from my LFS request, and we have something called a range, and since it is a parameter I am getting the first value which is from the low. Now we have to check for another field also. So another field we have is fiscal year, fiscal underscore year. I'm just checking it when it is fiscal year. Let us make this fiscal year as a select option. Fiscal year equal to LFS request, and we have to get the range, that's it. And we have to mention when others, we have to end the case, that's it. So this is our code, so we have to write it this way. Let me give some spacing so that it will just look good. Yeah. Now we have to catch the exception, so I am writing try, and we have to end it with end try. So before that we have to catch the exception. Catch cx underscore wrap query, and let me do control space. Here I'm getting the first one, this one, and I will be storing it into lv catch something like that, and lv catch I have to get the text for that exception. So get text, that's it. You have to close the end try, that. So we have caught the exception also, we don't have any warning also now. So this way by this way you can just get the data whatever is entered in your selection screen. These names you should be particular because these will be case sensitive. Now we already know like how to do the select and all, so we can just write select star from, no, instead of select star I'm getting only some fields. Company code, comma, fiscal year, accounting document. I'm just fetching the data again from the journal entry item, you can do whatever we want. It's like you can place it the real time logic here into table. So here if we are mentioning the fields different from the custom entity, you have to use the inline declaration, and then again you have to move the fields to the final table. So I don't want to do that many things here, so I will just use whatever I am getting it here. Amount in transactional currency, these things I will just get it. Amount in balance, amount in transactional, and amount in company code, and then finally amount in global currency. So here I will just declare one internal table which is of custom entity type data lt underscore data type table of z custom underscore entity. At the rate of lt underscore data. Okay, these are not compatible because we have again these currencies available here. If we observe, we have these global currency, company code currency, these values are fields also here. So that's where it is saying not compatible. We have to add that as well. And if you observe, like if I just execute this one, data preview is not available for custom entities. So if you just design a custom entity like this, you can't preview the data because it is just a template. We are not fetching the data from anywhere. It is just the template. How your custom entity template should look like. So you will be having all the fields in your internal table. So whenever you are giving the fields in your custom entity, those particular type of table we will be declaring in the class, and all the fields should be there. That kind of scenario it will be there. So if you don't need any fields here, don't add it. So let us add those fields as well. So after accounting document, we have global currency. Let me go this and copy this, and after global currency we have company code currency, I believe that should be somewhere. Yeah, this one. Here, like the sequence also matters. After company code, amount in transactional currency and amount in balance currency. Let us copy this. No, I think amount in transactional currency, that's fine. We have to copy this one because this is the quantity one. Sorry, amount UOM kind of thing. Transactional currency. And then we have, I believe, balance. Yeah, this one. Balance transaction currency. And now if we observe, the errors are removed. Amount in balance, amount in transactional, amount in current, company code, and global. So it's just writing the simple select query here according to our custom entity. Now we have not mentioned any selection criteria here. If size of bars equal to 0, sort lt underscore data by company code. Let us write something like this. Okay, I think the field names are different. Let me check the field name. COMP underscore code. So let us apply the selection criteria filter also for this select query. You have to just write where and COMP underscore code equal to at the rate of LV underscore company code. Okay, I believe it should be at the end. Company code. So it is just simple as how we were writing the earlier. Now if you observe here, the final data it is recognizing as COMP underscore code, but here it is recognizing as company code. This is from the line item level, which is iJournal entry item, but here it is from the custom entity since we are referring to the table type while doing the sorting. And the same way you can just RR and condition and fiscal year in at the rate of LT underscore fiscal year. That's it. So this is as simple. Now we have to do the main thing. For suppose we have got the data into this internal table and we are doing the sorting. Now we have to display the data. So for displaying the data, we have to check whether our internal table has data or not. If LT data is not initial, else, no, I don't need else as of now. end if. So here I will be writing one code to display the data actually. Let me write some code here. Lt pays equal to value hash for lb underscore I equal to lb. Here I have declared some things. Lb underscore skip plus 1, then lb underscore I plus 1. And this loop should continue until lb I greater than lb skip plus lb underscore rec or lb underscore I greater than lines of ld underscore display. We have not declared lt underscore page as of now. So we can just declare this lt page same as this one. Lt underscore pay is type table of z custom underscore entity. It's giving an error. I think no space should be there. Yeah. And here it's lt data we have to use. Yeah. Now it is fine. Now let me write some other code also and let me explain all these things at once. IO underscore response. This is one of the parameter what we have in the method, and we have set data, and in that we have exporting id underscore data equal to lt underscore page. And in the same IO response We have set total number of records, lines of lt underscore data. Okay, now I have written some code. Maybe you cannot understand. Let me explain that. So, here at the starting, we have get the paging reference to LO pace, and here if you observe, like I'm checking if my internal table has some data or not. If my internal table has data, then I am declaring one more internal table which is the same type of my custom entity, and after declaring the internal table with the same type, I have initialized one variable which is the incremental variable, and then I am using one variable which is lv underscore skip. Lv underscore skip is get offset this one, and lv underscore rec is get page size. So how the custom entity will work means, so if you just execute the custom entity, it will be something like interactive ALB kind of thing, like according to the pagination it will work. Whatever the data that is visible, that only will be getting fetched. When you just scroll down something for more records, then again you will be getting the one more call and you will be getting the data again. So for that purpose we have two variables, lv skip and lv records. For example, we have something around 60 records, and this lt data will have the 60 records because this is our internal table which will hold the data. Now LVI will start from the first, like from the first counter 0. Now LV skip, originally it will be 0, 0 plus 1, like that it will be starting. LV skip is something how many records we have to skip. For first iteration it is okay. For suppose my page will hold for 20 records and I have total of 60 records. At starting everything will be initialized, and LV records, you will be displaying 20 records, and the next time your LV skip will become 20. So that means you have to fetch the data from 21st record to the 40th record, not from the first to 20 records. Those LV skip will help you to get the records from which number to which number based on the pagination you have. So we are checking like if this counter repetition is greater than this LV skip plus 1, or this is something we have to stop the looping if the number of iterations is greater than lt data. So the number of iterations should not be greater than the number of records you should have. Or if you have something called as lv skip 40 plus number of records as 20, that means indirectly it will be becoming 60, assuming we have 60 records. So the number of iterations should also not be 60 because the number of records total is also 60. The number of records, it should not, the number of iterations, it should not go beyond the number of records. So for first time it will be 20, and second time it will be 40. So 40 a number of records we are displaying at the last cycle is 20. 40 plus 20 it will be 60. This one it will be initialized every time, like not initialized, something like it will be holding 20 20 like kind of thing based on the page size. If I'm getting the page size as 20, it will be 20 every time. But this one, it will be incrementing based on the page size. If I have 25, 25, and then it will start from 26. 26 to 50 it will hold. So 25 plus 25, 50. So next time it should start from 51. Like that, LV skip will get the data. So this is the meaning of this loop statement, and we are this is for entirely controlling the pagination in the custom entity, and we are setting the data set data using the LT page, and number of records is LT data. Number of records we have in LT data, and whatever is there like LT page, whatever we are setting up, that we are setting the data using this set data method. Now let us do some more changes in the sense like creating the, let me copy it from here, or else we have some metadata already present. Yeah, this one. So I'm just copying the things for time's sake. We already know all these things. And line item label I will be removing. I'm not worried about label as of now. Let me copy it and paste it. Here, this is something which is of a parameter, but another field, this one, this is a say, select option kind of thing. So we have to write the annotation to make them as a singular mandated. So here we will be going and consumption dot consumption filter. I don't want all these things. I don't want to make it anything mandatory, so I'm removing that as well. Hidden also I don't need. Selection type I need actually. This one I'm making it as single, and multiple selections it is not needed here. Yeah, that's it. Let me just remove the spaces so it will look good. Now the same thing I will copy and paste it over here. and this one I am making it as range, and we have something multiple selections. I will make it as true also. Multiple selections true. So that's it. Because of using a simple annotation, your selection criteria will be totally different from previous. Now I will be creating the service definition and binding for this one. Where it is, let me go. This is the one. Let me create the service definition. See custom underscore st service definition. Finish. Let us activate this one. Now to this one we have to create the service binding. Z custom underscore srv underscore binding service binding, and binding type OData v4. Finish. Activate. So this one I can't publish it directly here. I have to go to GUI and then I have to publish it. Even if I try it here, we are getting the error. So once the service binding is published, you have to click on this preview. So when we click on this preview, the preview will be happening. Okay, we got the app loaded and we have all the fields. But because of the fields having more space in the labels, it's not coming. All the fields are not visible. We can just add the scroll bar using the BAS that a front-end developer can do. So there will be a scroll bar where you can just scroll to the left and right in the reports for the better flexibility. I will show you one standard report where the scroll bar is present. Now let me click on go. Okay, it is giving one short dump. Let me click on the show. So it is giving a dump in the class ZCL custom entity. This is our class. So in the custom entity class only it is giving the dump. Let me try to put a breakpoint on here, maybe at the starting, and click on go. Okay, still it is giving the dump. It is not at all triggering it seems. Let me refresh and click on go. Okay, it's not triggering. Let me try to put an external breakpoint and see. Run as coverage. Uh, for the like flexibility purpose, I will be debugging it in GUI instead of in ADT tools because we have the flexibility of GUI here. We can debug it from there. I will put the external breakpoint and I will see it from there. And this is the thing what we are getting. Something it is API violation. Requested response not set via method set total number of records, but we have used this set total number of records if you observe here, but somehow it is giving the dump. So we will be seeing what is the issue in our next video, as this video is becoming very longer. So please do let me know in the comment section if you are not understanding anything in this video, or else you can write a mail to the mail mentioned in the account info. I will be happy to answer your queries also. And if you want any topic in detail also, please do let me know that as well in the comment section. See you in the next video.